The Bahamas bids farewell to the Chief Justice. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. It's good to see you on this Friday. The legacy of the first Chief Justice to die while in office was honored during a state funeral at Christ Church Cathedral this morning. Chief Justice the Honorable Stephen Gerard Isaacs served the country with distinction for many years. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis says the Chief Justice was an example for others in his profession. DeAndre Williamson leads us off tonight with a state funeral held today.
Jesus said, "I am the resurrection and I am the life. He who believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. And whoever lives and believes in me shall never die."
A somber day as members of all branches of government, that is the executive, the legislative, and mostly the judiciary, reflected on the life of Chief Justice Stephen Isaacs during a state funeral at Christ Church Cathedral. Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis says the judiciary was able to maintain its independence because of judges like Isaacs.
He was not only highly competent and independent in his consideration of matters brought before him, he was also possessed of what is referred to as a judicial temperament. The civic creed of a nation is not an inanimate set of principles. A true and vibrant civic creed resides in the temperament, the spirit, the disposition, and in the hearts and minds of those who adjudicate the law.
Isaacs was appointed as Chief Justice on July 9th and took the oath of office on August 10th. Sadly, 2 weeks later, on August 24th, he died at the age of 63. Following his death, the Prime Minister told ZNS News that he signed a communication with the Governor General on August 23rd to knight Chief Justice Isaacs. Unfortunately, he was unable to receive that knighthood.
As many here today will testify, he was gracious and courteous and a gentleman, even when expressing an opposing view. Chief Justice Isaacs, throughout his career, was universally lauded as being a judge's judge, of being in all things the epitome of the highest standard of conduct of a judicial officer and for the upholding the rule of law.
This legal luminary was a judicial member for almost a quarter of a century. In 2002, Isaacs was appointed as acting justice of the Supreme Court and puisne judge. Then in February 2015, he became head of the criminal division of the court. His colleague Harvey Tynes QC says Chief Justice Isaacs brought dignity and class to the Supreme Court bench.
As practitioners before the court, we watched as you carefully tested the premise of every argument, weighed the evidence in every case, and then pronounced your decision after the most careful deliberation. You were blessed with a superior capacity for rational thought. You possessed a deep sense of fair play. You were driven by a passion for the rule of law.
While the Most Reverend Drexel Gomez told the congregation to evaluate their connection with God, he made this important plea.
We here in the Bahamas must ensure that no development project is approved that threatens our ecological integrity. And this is not simply a political issue. It is part of our national issue.
Following the funeral, a committal took place outside Christ Church Cathedral on George Street.
May rest in peace. Amen.
Chief Justice Isaacs was a single parent and is survived by his children, Stephen and Capri. His body is expected to be cremated. For ZNS Network News, I'm DeAndre Williamson.